boss. The rebel guerrillas are launching an offensive against the Soviets. Our job is to eliminate as much as we can of the Soviet mechanized unit that will come in as reinforcements. The more vehicles you can take out, the higher our pay will be. But the mission's a failure if you can't manage to eliminate a single one. A race against the clock, with plenty of targets to choose from. Show 'em your best stuff, boss.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a overvoice on one of my videos that I've already recorded. So anyways, automatically, here is the equipment that I used. I went for trying to get some people quote-unquote recruited and at the same time doing the objective, or at least most of it. So yeah, my equipment is decently self-explanatory. I did start looking at the stun rifle, but I decided against it eventually because you never know if you're going to get in that lethal engagement and you wish that you had your lethal weapon opposed to a stun weapon. I mean, using a stun weapon has nothing wrong with it, just I prefer to kill the people I'm aiming at. But yeah, so all you need really is just an RPG, some C4, and a non-lethal weapon, as I already said. So anyways, my first game plan was to take out at least one of the APCs just in case I actually failed the mission, and well, like, just in case I don't get the other ones in time while I'm trying to get a couple people recruited. But to my luck, later on in the video, you will notice that I had a bit of a plan set out as soon as I noticed that there was an outpost right near where I was setting up. So I already had a place pre-marked last time that I was on the map, which is why you see the D marker. All the D marker was for was I was going once again for a shipment, and the last time that I was playing in this general area, I went for a prisoner, a captive prisoner vehicle. So yeah, and there's normally one that spawns in this mission. I got it twice out of both times that I played the mission, which is why you did see me start almost immediately without getting dropped off by the helicopter.
Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your...
But one thing that you definitely will notice about my gameplay here is I already had everything set up in my mind, because I did a little testing right before I started recording on the mission. I did record the intro and then I stopped the recording, showed what equipment I was going to bring, and then I did a test run. This is also a no-hit run. I do not get hit once in this run. I go completely stealth as far as blowing up a couple tanks is. I did get 5 of 7 vehicles destroyed in the end of the mission. I believe it's actually 5 of 8, but it said 5 of 7 for some reason. But yeah, so here's what you want to do. You want to go to this bridge, which is in the path of most of them, and you want to put all 4 C4 right in the middle of the road on the bridge, because the tank cannot go anywhere if you like trigger the C4 and it doesn't for some reason explode it, which it definitely should. So right now right then I put Diamond Horse behind the rock, and considering I don't want to run over the bridge just in case the tank comes across, I decided to drop down by the lake and run a more long way around so that if the tank was to spot me from that distance, it wouldn't ruin my plan, even though it would continue forward. I did slip, and for some reason I was not able to climb this rock very well. I did eventually get onto a decent vantage point after I blew up the tank. But so as you can see, it's moving up, and as soon as it gets close enough to me to where I saw that lens flare, I decided to go prone behind the rock. And the good thing about the C4 is you can see the red light. So in 3, 2, 1, surprise. Yeah, it's an instant kill, but the problem with this the problem with the strategy is you have to order new C4 at all times. But I also did know that there was an anti-tank mine at the outpost I was headed to. I decided to save it for the last 2 that come out though, because they are right behind each other. They go through together, and the C4 will actually do less than the anti-tank mine will, because they're at a certain distance. As you can see, I'm just collecting my daily rewards. Decided to skip this. I never really go through with the things like that. As you can see, I did notice that the tank was slowly getting closer. I couldn't see the number very well because I wasn't paying attention, so I just wanted to get out of my PDA as fast as possible. Or iDroid, sorry. I'm used to Subnautica. But yeah, the next thing that went on was I decided to order new supplies just to get ready for that other tank, and I had a really awesome idea that I never actually went through with. You'll see me do it in a second. But basically, what I was going to do was I was going to place a marker and then have C4 right under the marker. And as soon as I see the tank go right over where my marker is, I would detonate the C4. And then I realized that the time to get out of the PDA, I'm not sure if the C4 detonation actually has range, so I decided against it. As soon as you see me get the thing, you will see me drop a marker right on top of where I'm putting the C4. But yeah, also the problem with ordering C4 is it's 900 GMP just to get 4 C4, which is enough for one tank. Which is why I found, yeah, see, I was putting it right on the thing, and then I realized that it wouldn't actually damage the tank very much if I had it there. You want to blow it up when it's right under it. I did decide to get more range, though, just in case it spotted me. I was lucky with that first one. I think it was because it was nighttime and I was wearing the stealth suit. So I decided to keep my range this time, just to make sure that I wouldn't mess it up and take a hit, because I was going for pure no hits. If you go entirely silent, you actually get a bit more GMP, and you can get a better rank, which the better rank is more GMP itself. So yeah, I didn't take a hit the whole time, but I think since I purposely died, it lowered my rank. If I didn't purposely die, because I did mess up, I took 3 hits, I think, that first run, because I wasn't necessarily sure what my strategy was. So as you can see, I'm just hiding in the grass right now, again, just in case he can see me. And then I noticed that it was too far away to see me, so I just waited to see that red glow light up the shadow a little bit, and kaboom. There we go. So that's 2 tanks down. So now I decided, since it's going to be going in near the outpost, I decided to go and take a look near the outpost. I noticed this in my first run. I never actually went through to not neutralize, but knock out everybody in the place. You don't have to have the less than lethal pistol, though. You actually can do this with just your fists. I mean, it's a lot harder, but yeah. So I had the second upgrade on it, which just gives it a flashlight. But still, even like the first one that it gives you would work. So I missed the headshot, and then I noticed that the headshot would alert them, so I just decided to give them both chest shots and just wait for them both to go KO, because they'd go KO spontaneously, so it's not going to do anything. I waited for them to go KO. I did slip up a little bit right in the end, but to my surprise, it didn't mess up. Also, I'm not sure where the C4 shipment went, because yeah, so they just went KO. I decided to hold off on him. Well, not get the headshot on him, that's what I mean by hold off. And I decided to go for the guy in the sniper tower for the headshot before I actually headshotted him. I just wanted to hit him with a tranq just in case he saw me or something, so it'd give him less time to actually stay there. So I headshotted that guard, and then I just decided, well, why wait? That tank's closing in pretty fast. Did that. I got the flotation on these two, and then the tank actually passed me. So I got the flotation on those two, as I already said, and then the tank started to pass me. I noticed that that guy was pretty much right beside the road, and the tank would notice him, so I quickly got the flotation out. And I'm really not sure where my C4 shipment went, because I was going for it right now, but I guess I may have accidentally exploded it or something. As you can see, I can quite clearly see where it is. Maybe the tank ran it over. I'm not entirely sure what happened to it, but I was just about to grab it, and then I noticed that D-Horse was in the way. To my surprise, the tank didn't just run over D-Horse. So I just brought up the rocket launcher, and in case you don't know, 2 rockets can blow it up if you hit it in the back. 3 is an instant explosion. 2 is a timed explosion pretty much, so you'll hit it in the back, and then you'll hit it in the back again, it will be on fire, and then it will explode. I decided not to take the risk and wait. I just decided to blast it. And this is where I was wondering where my C4 shipment was. And this is also when I remembered that there is a landmine, an anti-tank landmine, in the tent. So I quickly went over to both exfil the last guy and grab the landmine. I grabbed it on my way out when I was also grabbing the supplies, because, well, why waste time to grab all that and risk the guard waking up and then ruining my run. Also, this is one of probably the hardest missions that I've played so far, and I've played up to mission 14 now to not get spotted in, because, well, not only to not get spotted in, just to generally not get hit. So I put a flotation on him. He's going right now. So this is when I decided to grab the AT mine when I was getting the resources. Grabbed the ammo, and I just barely noticed that it was there. I already did know that it was there, just I wasn't exactly sure where it was, because I saw it on the map in my other run. I didn't actually see it itself. So I just decided to wait out this last guy going away, because there's no way I'd be able to catch up to him in time. And here's where the landmine came in handy, because I played through pretty much the whole mission. Just right at the end, I got myself killed. Like, right when the last tanks were leaving the area, I decided to take D-Horse and jump off into a riverbed. But yeah, so I'm running back to the horse right now, because I know roughly where they're going to be going. It's either they're going to go on the same route that I was just on, like the same road, or they were going on the bridge road. I wasn't entirely sure, because I know it's completely randomized with their routes. So, they decided to go on the one at the bridge, which was really good for me, because if they were going on this normal road, it would be so much harder for me to position my landmine and stuff to be perfect, because in case you don't know, the Metal Gear Solid 5 AI driving is not very reliable when it comes to driving on the roads. Also, I know that it gives the other tanks just enough time to get out of the exfil, so I knew that I was safe. I just had to wait for the tanks to spawn in so I could see what route, which happened just now. I immediately was happy, because at first I was gonna go like pretty much right in front of where the tanks spawn and ambush them there, but then I decided to go over to the bridge, because, well, the bridge is a much better point to ambush the tanks, just letting you know, because the tanks actually have nowhere to go. I have seen one of the tanks turn off the road and just start off-roading. But anyways, I was trying to rush my hardest, because I really wanted to get this set up beforehand and have everything ready. I placed the landmine in an odd place, but it still worked out. I thought about putting it at that outpost closer up, right where I had my J marker. But then I was saying in my head, well, I mean, I have enough time anyways, and I already have it set up, so why waste the risk of getting spotted just for a landmine? So right now, it was a waiting game. Since they were coming spontaneously, I would have to use my rockets. There was no way I was getting out of it. If I somehow didn't use my rockets, I would not have won this mission as good as I did. I definitely would have gotten spotted, and my run would have been ruined.
Only 2 minutes remaining.
Immediately, I knew what I had to do, because I saw both of them coming like back to back. So what I would do is I would ambush the one on the back right before the front one hits the landmine, so it would scare the front one to drive faster, as well as the back one, but also at the same time the back one may stay behind for a second, and it would speed everything up pretty much, because a minute 30 seconds at this point, I was kind of worried. So as you can see, I just decided against my intuition and I just blasted the tank as soon as I could. For some reason the rocket launcher wouldn't reload fast enough. I mean, I get it, I'm in slow motion and stuff, but still. The first tank definitely did get spooked into the landmine, and the second tank is actually about to explode. There we go. See what I mean with the timer to explode? But yeah, I was pretty happy with myself because, again, no damage taken this whole run. I got 4 new soldiers to work for me, and I destroyed 5 of the 8 tanks, even though it said 5 of 7 in the end. So I chose my exfil point, and that was the end. I got out successfully. I only got rank C, I believe. Maybe rank B, I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. I mean, I can just watch the footage, but I'm too lazy. Hope you enjoyed. If you want more Metal Gear Solid content, let me know, because I am glad to provide. This is actually one of my favorite games, but at the same time one of the most challenging games that I have played and will most likely play, because it's all about strategy. Shooting from the third person angle actually is pretty much the equivalent to hip firing. You don't always have a gun out, so your sprint to fire speed is majorly slowed. You actually have to think about camouflage, you have to think about stealth, you have to think about what weapons to bring, you have to... it's just extremely difficult in some senses, because you don't know what camouflage you're going to need for the mission, because you don't know where you generally are going to go. That's why most of the time it's either I'm using the olive camo, which is the forest, or the stealth suit like I was using in this mission. As you can see, I made it out alive. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 10 before the end of June, which should be extremely easy. Like, come on guys, it's 4 people. Do me some good, please. Also, have a nice day. Goodbye.